Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the latest episode of Dragon Ball Super. Can we really trust the Great Priest? It's like, no. When he makes that face, it's like, dude, no, wait, time out. What? Like, super sinister. And then you have the Angel of Universe 9. Now, he just may hate Universe 9. Like, he may just hate the Supreme Kai, the God Destruction. Previously, when we saw Universe 9 and they were going about the universe trying to find warriors, and how the Angel of Universe 9, he was clearly pissed off. He's fed up. Even Bergamo says it, that Universe 9 is a garbage dump. When they were doing the Triangle Danger thing, in the middle of that, Bergamo says that Universe 9 is a garbage dump. So the Angel of Universe 9 was probably fed up with the Supreme Kai and the God Destruction of Universe 9, and then maybe it's like, you know what, they're gone. Thank the heavens off my shoulders. However, you set up the question, is there something else that we're missing here? A friend of mine has a theory that the Great Priest is pretty much like the be-all, end-all bad guy of the Dragon Ball series. Maybe. He is the one that kind of commands Zen-Oh. Like, when you think about it, Zen-Oh kind of takes orders, in a sense, from the Great Priest. Now, Zen-Oh is, well, Zen-Oh. He's the guy that can destroy the multiverse whenever he so sees fit. Well, the guys, because there's two of them. But they act like babies, straight up babies. And in all honesty, the person that probably runs the whole show is the Great Priest, as far as we know. There's something fishy going on here. What exactly, I'm not too sure. But we can... I whiff, I can smell it. And I am not someone that is too keen on the ocean. I am a black male. We avoid water like... People, I'm telling you, I smell something fishy. So that being said, let's talk about everything else in the episode. So number one here, the animation. The animation overall, I thought was okay. Nothing too great, nothing too exciting, with the exception of Vegeta doing some cool combo stuff. And then you have the final clash between the Triangle Danger Beam and then Goku's Kamehameha and Vegeta's Final Flash when they're in Super Saiyan Blue form. That, I think, is the best animation in the episode thus far. Now, this is something that I did notice in the previous episode, and folks have been talking about it, whether it's on Twitter or on Facebook. I have noticed this, and I do know that there was even a Saiyan Island article on this as well, which is repeated scenes. Scenes where the animation is exactly the same as previous, but they may change, like, let's say, the background, or like change the color of the energy waves. But aside from those minor changes, the character model of, let's say, Vegeta or Goku or Krillin or Bergamo or whomever moves exactly the same as a previous scene. And I have noticed that quite a bit. And to me, I think it's honestly a problem of Toei itself. Toei is notorious when it comes to animation, i.e. the beginning of Dragon Ball Super. It was a shit show. It was absolutely abysmal. Beerus had cone feet.
Doug? Doug, what's going on? Are you okay?
What are you doing?
Doug, what's going on?
Like, how? How does that get the clear to go on live television? It's insane. So Toei, when it comes to animation, and also when it comes to pacing, they're notorious for being, in many ways, in many series, quite bad. However, when they do have good scenes, you gotta give them credit, they have good scenes. But what is an issue is when they take those good scenes and then they reuse those scenes, mainly when it comes to the character models, and they just throw it into like another scene. So is it an easy way to do things? Yes. Is it a way to save money? Yes. But is it lazy? Yes. And we noticed these things. In this episode, there were some. In last episode, there were quite a bit, especially when it came to Basil. The Shining Blaster or Shining Buster attack, he did like, what, 3 times in the episode. I was like, dude. And it was the same scene that we've seen before in the past. I think, yes, it is an issue. It is an issue. An issue that is just a small part of the overall greater issue as to how Toei operate from a business standpoint. A vast majority of the series that they do should be seasonal. But no. They do it on a weekly basis throughout the entire year, and then a lot of times, because they have so many projects, they're understaffed, and as a result, they get like, not even like the B team, they get like the C team, the D team, the E team, like just niggas they find off the streets. It's like, what's happening right now, dog? So, like, I'm telling you, because they keep on doing these practices that many folks find to be distasteful, I would say it would be in their best interest to change things up. Just saying. All right, but let's continue on with the episode at hand. Now, the next thing here is the pacing. The pacing at the beginning was slow. However, it did pick up at the end of the episode. That is for damn sure. But there was a lot of this. And a lot of this. And it's like, like, how many times? However, when you look at it from another perspective, because Goku and Vegeta were pacing themselves, they didn't want to utilize that much of their energy because they have no sensu beans. They can't afford to be poisoned or incapacitated in some way, shape, or form. As a result, the pacing may have been dragged out because the main characters, in this case Goku and Vegeta, were pacing themselves when it came to the fights. So essentially, you go Super Saiyan Blue when you need to for like an instant, and then you power back down. When it comes to the characters pacing themselves, that may have been the core reason why the pacing in this episode was kind of dragged out. I say it's Toei. So moving on from that, we have ourselves the character portion of this episode. When it comes to the main characters, Vegeta and Goku, you have both of them utilizing barriers to defend themselves against Lavenda's poison. And that plan was actually formulated by Gohan. So it wasn't some new, hidden, crazy base form nothing, which is going to probably come out at some point later on in the tournament. The supposed limit breaker Goku, whatever. However, the white aura was simply a barrier. So any hopes for a new form or a new state in this episode were immediately squashed, obviously. But I believe it's also something that's fairly new in Dragon Ball as a whole. We've seen barriers before, like for example, the android barriers that we see 17 use, the bubble. But to have a key barrier that hugs the skin, that I think is relatively new. Now, the next thing I want to talk about here is not new for characterization or character development, but Vegeta does go in this episode. Like, he really goes hard. I want to say that most of Universe 9 get eliminated by Vegeta. Vegeta pulled no punches at all. He went in there. Don't you dare underestimate Vegeta-sama. Vegeta was impressive. It just shows you that if it was a one-on-one fight, Universe 7, Goku and Vegeta, they would stop. But because it was a battle royale, things played out differently. For the character part of this episode, we have ourselves some new characters from Universe 9. We have the Iron Body guy, Chop Heel. We have this cat girl with really long claws on one of her hands, red claws. There was some bunny chick that got taken out off screen by Android 18. There was some lizard guy who did absolutely nothing, so he was worthless. Then you have Oregano, who makes strings from his palms, and he tried to hold down Vegeta, but that was a complete fail. Then you have this one guy, Aesop, who attacks via ice, and apparently his ice goes to absolute zero. I question that massively. Oh yes, I do. He could freeze things to the bone. But ultimately, he gets demolished by Vegeta. So, like, Vegeta getting punking dudes left and right from Universe 9. And then finally, for character, we go back to the Trio de Dangers, Bergamo, Lavenda, and Basil, where they unleash this new type of attack called the Danger Triangle, which essentially is them running around someone in a stream of red, yellow, and blue. And they attack from 3 sides simultaneously. Goku was kind of excited to fight against Bergamo in particular because Bergamo had an ability to where he would use someone else's power against them because he was taking it for himself. But we didn't see that in the episode, and that could have been used. I mean, honestly, it really could have. Though it would have been stale because that power was pretty bad in of itself. Like, it wasn't appealing at all. Because essentially all he does is gain more energy and get big. So it's not, But he didn't use it when maybe they should have used that. And on top of that, Goku, when he was talking to Bergamo, he made it seem like Bergamo had some type of hidden unique ability, like his own power that he didn't showcase. But in reality, it looked like it was just more so the teamwork of the 3 brothers. From one standpoint, is good because we get to see how they as brothers have this unity, this bond that is pretty potent. Their powers intensify several times over when they're doing combo attacks, and these combo attacks are fairly good, like they're decent. But at the same time, individually speaking, it doesn't really give Bergamo any credit Reddit really doesn't. Because again, it's more of a team-based thing, which in a battle royale is what you would expect, but at the same time, Goku kind of made it seem like Bergamo had more to offer, but he didn't. So, yeah, screw Bergamo, not a big deal. And that's what comes to the character part of this episode. Finally, story-wise, the biggest thing here, clearly, Universe 9 is gone. So they're not going to wait, meaning the Zen-Ohs, they're not going to wait for the tournament to end and then they erase all the universes that lost simultaneously. No, no, no. The moment your universe loses, you're done. Your universe logo goes black on the God pad, and then they... And that's when you have the angels kind of be like, yeah. And that's you're kind of like, what? What is going on here? What is going on here? That being said, guys and gals, I am done. Let me know your thoughts on the matter at hand when it comes to the angels in particular, because that is suspicious. The episode as a whole, I thought it was okay plus to good. I'm gonna see you cats later. Be sure to rate the video. It is not that hard to do, especially when you have a device called Zen-Oh. You use Zen-Oh to click, rate the video, to click, subscribe, to click on that bell to join the squad, and of course, comment in the comment section down below. Peace, and have a nice goddamn day.